Hi, everyone. We are back for a second Facebook, YouTube Live. And our sponsor today is Newton's Nook. Now, they have got some great stamps and dies. And I personally love to work with the dies because then I can use my papers and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yep.
But before we get started, I want to remind you all that we just got done with our Bella Crafts holiday craftathon, and it was amazing. We had fabulous teachers, about 24 workshops, 3 days of fun-filled crafts.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was an absolute blast.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with our events, we will do BellaCon 2025 in the spring, and then maybe something in the summer. So keep an eye out. We are working on lots of stuff. We do have a new ebook that is ready to go live, I think, on Friday. I just have to do all the back end stuff to do the landing page and all of that stuff.
Yep.
But it is with Ellie Mae, who is a Romeo and Juliet machine expert. Caesar makes those. And it's much like a Cricut and a Silhouette, but they're newer on the market. They've been out for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I just love the company's name is Caesar. The machines are Romeo and Juliet.
I know. How cute is that?
And their platform for creating is Leonardo.
That's just way too cute.
It's just amazing. And they're from Italy. So
okay.
It all makes sense. So we will have that ebook ready and available at the end of the week.
Yes. And if you can get a book on how to run our machines, it would be awesome. So that's why this book is going to be really, really good for those of you that want to try out the new machines, because it's a beautiful book, lots of pictures, which is what I love, because I'm not real great at reading instructions. So I like pictures to tell me what to do.
Well, and
it's a great book.
Yeah, it's very detailed.
Yeah.
And it is more of a handbook. I mean, it takes you from getting the box all the way through doing your first two projects. It takes you setting the machine up, setting up in Leonardo. It is so detailed, and Ellie Mae is an expert at that. And
yeah,
it took longer to get it out because Caesar was working with us. And, all the big companies have legal departments and you have to follow all the rules. Yep. So we're excited to have them on board because they will be selling it also. So
yes. Yes.
Hi, Zakaya, Brenda, Amy, Tammy. A couple of you have put where you're from. Well, the rest of you put where you're from, so we know.
Yeah.
We are happy to have everybody here. So today I am using this die from Newton's Nook. Now,
cute.
I'm going to show you lots of things because this die, when I saw it, my mind kind of just went in a million directions, right? I mean, there's so many possibilities. So I'm going to show you the design I thought I was starting with and what I ended up with. So I am going to put my camera down. Hey, Jeannie, Becca, Elizabeth, Jeannie, I love the idea of having ebooks that explain how to use a machine. Jeannie is waiting for Eileen's new handbook on Sizzix products. Eileen and I are having issues getting together.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we're still working that out. So we'll hopefully get that, because it won't take that long to do once we
it's just getting everything
together or
yep,
and get it all figured out. Okay, so there we go.
Yes.
Hey, Lynn.
And don't forget to hashtag Bella Crafts for the giveaway from Newton's Nook. They're giving away a $25 gift certificate. And we will be announcing the winner from Avery L from a few weeks ago, because I didn't name that one, like right before my surgery. So,
well, and we had the event last week, so we
right,
did.
yeah. So I didn't get a chance. So we're going to announce that winner at the end of it. Ann's. Hi, Isabel.
Recovered from the craft-a-thon. Yes, I think I have. But thank you. So this is what we're using today. This die from Newton's Nook. We are using my holiday papers. So Happy Holidays, Christmas Wonder. These are available from Emerald Creek. And my black toner sheets. They're back in stock. They're in my store. So it took a while to get them back in stock just because they're made in the USA, and the company I use is so busy. But I can only use that company because I have tried local. I've tried several different companies. This is the one that does my paper correctly, so it works. So we're using that, and of course we're using Deco foil. Let me see. It's kind of dark in here because it's not sunny out today, and I always shut my overhead light off so that there isn't a glare. But we're using Deco foil, and then I do have some sheets of words. So I printed these out with my laser printer. So they are toner and they can be foiled. You don't have to. I did also do some just on my inkjet printer. But it's really funny because my inkjet printer, no matter how I tried to adjust, it just didn't come out as dark. I don't know if you can tell. I can really tell. It looks almost more gray. And my laser printer is just prints so nicely. So whether or not I would foil it, I still like the darkness that I get from my toner ink and my laser printer. So I have this sheet, and there's 6 sayings on here, and this one is turned this way so you're able to die cut out. And then I have that sheet. And I want to show you what I originally had in mind. So using a card base, of course. And just so you can see, I mean, I really had fun just die cutting. So I thought, ooh, jewel tones. I will just cut out all of my papers, which I did. I mean, I cut out so many. I foiled and cut. Some of them I already had foiled from doing workshops, and I just have them ready and available. So I did that in the jewel tones, and I did some in just black and white, so I could have the frame in black and white. So I have lots of these, but these are perfect for a card for you to stamp a sentiment on. So whether or not you're using them, you can save those and use those in another way. So because I cut so many out, I have all of these lovely frames too, right? I mean, it's just part of the process, but I love the frames because I think they could be used for a lot of things, even if you just took the frame and use that and did it in black and white. You would have that little pop of color. So you could use those frames for a lot of different things. But for what I had in mind, I wanted to use a white card base and a black frame, which is why I cut some just black ones out of cardstock. And then I thought, ooh, all these beautiful jewel tones. I mean, Thermoweb has the most beautiful foils, and they have, I don't remember when I asked Dawn if it's like 96 different colors. I don't know. It's a lot. But then you would just put these cutouts inside the frames, right? So I was playing around with what do I like and what goes together. So I really played for a couple days and to see what I liked. And see, I think that's kind of pretty. What do you guys think? I mean, it has that nice bold color for Christmas. And then with something like this, I was thinking on the inside, I would just do black. I wouldn't foil these. It would just be black. Fun to mix and match, right, Rebecca? Just easy. So like, I think that I like, but I never ever glued any of them down because I kept trying and doing different things. And I wasn't sure if I loved this. Although now that I see it again, I kind of do. I mean, I was more thinking, I'm not sure if I like the white with the jewel tones, but it really makes the sentiment pop. And I do love the jewel tones. So even though I have like a zillion of these will be perfect and easy for my grandkids to sit and make cards. So I thought this was my very first idea. And now that I see it again, I do like it better than I did a couple days ago when I kept thinking, I'm just not sure. So yesterday I thought, oh my goodness, what if I just did white on white? So I'm gonna foil a piece. Let's move these out of the way. I'm going to foil a piece. I'm sure you all have seen me foil, but I'm just going to go ahead and grab one of my papers. So I'm going to use the holly leaves. And I'm going to use some of Gina's fancy foils from Thermoweb. Love the colors, Elizabeth. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking. And I'll probably put one of those cards together while we're live here. But the more I thought about it, I kept thinking, oh, I'm just not sure. And that's what happens. You overthink and come up with other ideas, all of which can be good. But that's what playing is all about. So I'm cutting off the excess because that doesn't have to go through the laminator, although it wouldn't hurt. I am using the mini mink from Pink and Maine. You all know I have a regular laminator, a Royal Sovereign, but this fits on my space better when I'm showing. And is that considered paper piecing or inlaid technique? It's a great way to use. It's more of an inlay. It is kind of paper piecing, but it's inlay because you're inlaying it in the frame. If you were doing, let me grab a couple different ones. If you were doing something like this, and I thought of this idea too. I thought there's so many possibilities. Like if you did something like this and started gluing these down, and then where it didn't connect, you would continue. That would be more paper piecing, Kaylin. But I thought that would be a beautiful way to use these too, because once you had them all glued down, you would turn it over and cut off the excess. But I thought that would be so pretty too. So here's this. And this is my favorite part. You all know that. It's just so stunning. Look at that shimmer. Now, because this had several wrinkles, I am going to turn my paper or my foil and go ahead and put it in all by itself, just to flatten all those out before I use a piece of the black toner paper. Just because it's extra assurance that I'm not going to have a big crease in the middle, right? I mean, not everybody does this. It's just the way I do it. I have better results when I do it. Sometimes if they come out so nice, then I don't. But when I can see that there's definite wrinkles, I prefer to take the 30 seconds it takes to go through the laminator and just have it as flat as I can. Now I'm going to put this on top of here and run this through. I have found with the mini Mink, I don't have to put everything through twice the way I do with my laminator. I love them both. I don't think, you know, like my Royal Sovereign laminator, I think is like $30. If you're not going to be foiling a lot, it's a perfect laminator. The mini Mink is more expensive. I can't remember the price, but if you're doing a lot of foiling, to put that through just once, it saves time. See how nice and flat that is? Now, this is the best part of the double foiling. Isn't that beautiful? It's just so gorgeous. And this pattern is beautiful. You love the colored leaf background? I know. Isn't that, I mean, it's just so beautiful. So I'm going to, no, I'm not going to shut my laminator off because I'm going to do something else in a bit. So I'm just moving it out of the way. And I had this. So like if you have it on 0, there's no heat. If you want to put something through and just flatten it out or something, 0 is no heat. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The rollers get tighter with each. And I found that number 4 is the one that works best with my black toner paper. So that's the one I use. I haven't had issues at all with it. So that's the one I use. You would need to test your own and see what works best for you. Now you could just take this, like you could add this to your cardstock, cut it. And then you could take this frame for an easy card, right? And then just put something on there. I would not use white. But what I did was I die cut these with the die that I need to find. Okay, so with this die, and this is it doesn't say the name of it. I'm not sure which one this is, but we'll look it up for you. So I took these and then I cut them out with that die. I have a different pattern here. I have the snowflakes in gold. So for this, I want to do white on white. These are the cards I ended up doing, although I really do kind of like that patchwork one now. So this is one of the cards I ended up doing. I think that's beautiful. I think I'm going to switch my So I mirrored my camera so everything looked right to me, but then it doesn't look right to you. There we go. Because when it's this way, it's opposite, but whatever. Isn't that beautiful? So this is in green. Can you see the green? And then I did it in the black. Not that you would normally use black, maybe for a Christmas card, but I think it's stunning. And so this is what I came up with, even though I started out with the patchwork looking, but I think they're all beautiful now. I mean, so this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to take this frame, and this is just an A2 card base. And I'm going to use my, I love this thing. I used to do tape runner, and then it would be on both sides, and I'd have to rub it away. But Amanda from Pear Blossom introduced me to this when she was doing one of my events. And it is like the coolest thing because it is a fine line applicator. Lisa can put the link in. It's on our sheet, Lisa. But you can just go around and it just gives you just that little tiny line. And you don't need this to be perfect. But because I'm putting paper in between, I do want some on each area. I don't want this lifting up at all. And I'm just holding it like right here between so that I'm not getting the glue on my fingers or my hands. Like that. And I did find, because I don't stick this cover on when I'm doing a live, but so I just am taking a pin to put down there to keep it from drying up. Because when it dries up, it takes a minute to get that to work again. So for this, make sure your card is going the right way. You know, you don't want to put it, not that would matter. It would once you put your saying on. But I'm just kind of looking. And then with glue, you're able to move it just a little bit also. So I know there's just about a 1/4 inch around the edges. And then just flatten this down so the glue adheres. Like that. And then you have your frame to work with. So for the snowflakes, I'm going to put them in here. And because I like to make sure they're going the same way as they were when I took them off, you won't have to worry about this. I think this one goes here. Because you have this white in between, so it's not like it matters that much. Like that. And then I would glue those down. Isn't that pretty? The die allows you to create a great format for Christmas or any card. Yes, Isabel. I mean, you can put happy birthday in there. You can do anything you want. You can even use this center inside there and then pop a sentiment up and just do a small sentiment over here. So many possibilities with this die. I think it's a great die. And easy to work with. And, you know, of course I have to use foils because that's what I love. And then as you put these down, make sure you get them right in that section and just push it down. And it makes it easy because you can just put it right on that edge and then just bring it down. I can see that this card needs to be trimmed just a titch there because the underneath card is just a little bit off. But this just makes it quick and easy. And when I did this, when I was thinking about doing a tone on tone, I thought you could, if you wanted, not foil the sentiment, but because all of this is done, it just made sense to foil the sentiment. Now I'm going to show you a couple different ways I did the sentiment. So they go together quickly. This is something you can do with your grandkids or your kids. It's just fun. And I like the idea of having all of these pieces already die cut so my grandkids can just play. So there's that. And I'm going to, again, stick my pin in here just to keep that from drying up. Now, for the sentiments, I went ahead and I took these and cut them, and then I die cut them so that I wouldn't waste foil, but I would also have a good estimate of how much I needed to use. So for this, I think I'm going to try the Let It Snow, and I'm going to, I want enough to make sure I cover the whole thing. And I'm just going to trim off that excess. And because I'm putting that in there, I think, oops, I thought it moved. I'm going to see if I can find the Let It Snow. I also printed these out in black on my toner. So I'm going to show you when I do the black card, but I might as well foil this at the same time. So there's the Let It Snow. And I gotta see, I might have to cut a little bit of the gold. So that I have enough. So I'm just going to cut a piece. While you could totally do this, you couldn't double foil it, which you don't have to, but I'm going to show you how. So that's why, you know, you don't have to double foil everything. I just like to use as much of the foil as I can when I'm creating. So I'm going to put this in this pouch, and I'm going to put this one just a little ways away. And then I'm going to pick it up so I can hold on so that foil doesn't shift from the cardstock. And then I'm going to put that through, and I'm going to hold it up just so, like, if it falls down a little bit, that foil may shift, and I don't want it to. So I am just trying to keep it until it grabs. The Pink and Main foiling machine is $99, Lisa said. You love the snowflakes. Isn't it pretty? I mean, and this would be pretty. Thermal Web has, like, it'd be beautiful in silver. It would be pretty. I think I did one in blue. Let me see, because of course I have lots here. So it's pretty in the blue. So there's so many that you can use. Okay, so for this, I'm going to peel that away. Isn't that cute? And see, that's perfect for inside that card. Now, the black one, and that's pretty too. Just so cool. So I also took some of the black toner paper and pre-die cut. So I had these, so they'd be the exact right size. So when I put these on here, I'm going to go ahead and put it down, pull it up, and then I'm going to kind of fold to make sure I have it in the center and kind of fold the top and bottom because it's hard to see if you have it exactly right. I think that's good. And I'm going to put that in here and put it, oops, see it moved. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to put this on here. I want to make sure I get it all over. I'm going to use this one, it's bigger. Gives me a little more wiggle room. And if I go like this, it looks like it's straight, and those look about right. So I'm going to, as I put that on, I'm going to grab it and grab it and put that through. What printer do you use for printing the sentiments? If you want to foil them, Kaylin, you need a laser printer. You can take these printouts to a copy shop and maybe have one done to make sure they work, because not all copy places seem to use enough toner or something. If you're going to be doing lots of these, maybe you want to invest in a laser printer. But the one that I have is a very expensive one. It's about $500. I know that they have ones that are less expensive. But if you're not going to do it that much, instead of investing in one, bring what you want to a copy place and have them just print some copies for you. Like I said, you want to test it though, because some don't print as well as others. So here is on the toner paper. Isn't that cool? So you get 3 different looks. If you print on black, the letters are the color of your foil on black. And then same with white. And then you can do the double so it shows up like that. So now I'm going to show you how I did the black card, because I'm using a white card base, because you want to still be able to write inside here. Or if you used a black card base, I would take and put a piece of white copy paper in here to write your sentiment. And I would just tape it up at the very top. I wouldn't tape the whole thing in. I do that sometimes for my Christmas cards. I actually print it out. I go on my computer and print it, and then I print it on vellum and just tape it up at the top. I have an HP Color Laser Printer Pro, so it should, yes, Kaylin, that should work perfectly. The one that I have is an HP also. I cannot tell you this moment what which one it is though, because it's an all-in-one, but I'm not sure which one it is. So for the black one, I took and die cut an A2 base. It's a stitched base. It's one that I use quite often. I think I have some little stuff on there. But because of the stitching, I can see exactly where I would put my frame, so it's straight. Now you wouldn't have to, but I didn't want the white showing. I will show you what it looks like. I mean, with the white, it could be fine because black and white is beautiful too. You can see the glue way better on this black. Black and white is beautiful for cards too. But for this one, I wanted it all black for the front. You could do any color though. You could use a red or a navy, an emerald green. That'd be beautiful too. So play around and experiment with different colors to see what you like. But these frames are very cool. And what I thought, usually when I think of a patchwork type of frame, I'm thinking a black frame. So I'm going to put that on the stitching. And see if I get that all right. I'm going to scooch it over just a titch. But if you, with this way, I just figured I would get it straight. And then I'm going to rub that down like that. I think I need a little bit more glue right there, which I can just stick this under here and add a little bit more glue. Might ooze out now. I'm not sure how much I pressed. Like that. And then I have, because I double foiled the snowflakes, and then I can put those on here as well. But like I said, you can put this on here and do a little sentiment over here because that's beautiful too with that there. I mean, it's just so pretty. So then I'm just going to glue this on. I didn't check to make sure the snowflakes, if it was more so if you were doing it with a word pattern or the trees that definitely go up and down, you'd want it to totally match and be exactly where it needs to be. This one does go over here. I can see. See, I kind of have to fix it. And then this one goes here. Like that. Okay. But these come together quite quickly. I mean, how cool is that? Just, it takes a minute to die cut everything out. I mean, you are die cutting for a bit, but if you have a pile of these and you're able to just sit and play after you have them all cut out, I think that's really cool. And then they come together quite quickly. And just like spend a day foiling, play with all sorts of papers and just foil and see what patterns you like with what colors. And maybe not a whole day, an afternoon, a couple hours. I have at times getting ready for workshops spent an entire day just foiling, and I never get sick of it. The black base with the snowflakes are my favorite. Oh, stunning. I know. Isn't that beautiful? You would not think black for snowflakes, right? I mean, it's not something you would maybe put together. Now, here's the tricky part. So you can use this, which showcases those words, right? Or you can use the double foiled one. Which do you guys think? I'll wait. Can you use an embossing folder over foil? Yes, Kaylin, you can. And it is beautiful. Let me show you. Let me show you something. So, Kaylin, this is an embossing folder over the foils. And it is beautiful. Double foiled Becca says. So that's what I'll go with. Now, sorry, somebody's trying to call me. Had to shut it off. So this, you just glue it in. Now you could, if you wanted, you could put foam tape and have it just up a little. But I think because of this frame around here, it's not necessary.
That black and gold is just...
Isn't it beautiful?
Wow.
I know. I just love it.
Wow.
I mean, this is why I foil so many papers, because I love every one. You know, it's a problem, girls. Seriously. It's, you know, it is a problem.
Okay, we're going to call
Isn't
Foiling Anonymous.
beautiful?
That's gorgeous.
That's so pretty. So now I'm putting it on a white card base so that you can write on the inside. But like I said, you could totally do this on a black card base. I just didn't have any, like I have white card bases always ready. And I have craft card bases usually ready. I don't always have black ones because I don't use them as much. So I'm going to line this up. And sometimes I have to trim away just a little bit on the card base for this A2 die to fit. But isn't that beautiful? Same ringtone. She thought it was you, Katie. That's cute. I know. It's like, well, that ringtone actually came from my Mac computer because I have my phone on silent, but it will ring on my computer, and that's what you guys heard.
That does it on mine too.
So like this one, like I said, you could put this here and you could put this off to the side. You know, they don't all have to be like in the center. That fine line applicator, it is awesome. It is like, I know. I saw Amanda working with it 2 years ago at one of our Bellicons, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I need that. So I think I'm going to do it this way just so that we have a different card, right? Because I kind of liked that one too.
The white and the gold is really beautiful too. It's just...
It is.
So
the black just pops more, you know? I mean,
yeah, but the white is just classic. It's just, yeah, elegant.
For this, I'm actually going to use some foam tape to pop it up because I think it needs to be popped up off of that right there. Not necessary, but it's not totally framed. So that's why I think I would pop it up. And because I know I use more foam tape than is necessary, I do. But I don't like if like this is on here and then the divot comes. So I do kind of cover. Well, let me see if I have more in here because I'm at the end. But I have more over across the room. So we're just going to put a little tiny bit right there. And peel this. Now I should have used Amanda's, the best ever foam tape, because then if I got it on crooked, I could change it. But that roll is really big, so it's not like in my workstation drawer here. I am going to go ahead and grab a little bit more tape foam. Only if I can find it, which I did. So I'm just going to grab, of course, hers is thicker. That won't work. I need just regular. Sorry about this, guys.
It's just one of those days. We had the dogs barking and carrying on. And
okay, so do I want this all the way over here, or do I want a little bit of the snowflakes showing? What do you guys think?
oh, I like it. Yeah, I like it scooted over. Where you have it now?
The matte white and gold one with a matte. Yeah, that would be pretty if I matted this, but I don't have that out right now. But that would be pretty with gold. You could also take a pen and go around the edge with it, which that I might have. But then the gold might not match. So no, we'll just do it this way. There. Isn't that cute? I would put a little bow here. But yeah, just so cute. I mean, now, here, I want to show you guys. I'm going to grab another card base and another black frame. So we're going to put this one on real quick and show you where you could just use a black and white saying and you wouldn't have to foil it. Although, if you can foil, why wouldn't you? I mean, that's what I think. I love, as you guys know, foiling. It just adds that extra pop. And it doesn't look like a handmade card either, you know, which is always a bonus when you're giving cards away. I thought I would take, because I make so many cards, I thought I would take them to the nursing home before Thanksgiving and drop them off so that they have cards to give. And I'm going to put them in packages of like 6.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Well, you know, you can only have so many.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't want to keep giving the same kind. You know, like sometimes, like here, I'll have several that are the same. So, okay, so this is the black. So let's grab some beautiful colors here. And I got a green. What do you think of those colors? Maybe not this one. Maybe we want the blue. This is a good way to also use up your foiled pieces that didn't turn out perfect, right? I mean, sometimes it has a line in it. Sometimes it doesn't foil all the way. Like I do have one here I can show you. I think I did. And when I double foiled it, okay, so here's some of the ones that I haven't die cut yet. So like this is the green. Like that's what I used for this one. And then I love this one.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I always love this. This one. Okay, so this one foiled beautifully there. This one did not foil very nicely at the top. But, you know, you still have all of this you could use. But even this, I've used even things as bad as that in cards somewhere. So you can definitely use, even if you think, oh, I can't use that. What do you think of this, guys? I'm going to see if I can find, not like in all these pieces, I can't find one more piece. But
cool.
I don't know that I like that. Here. How about that? What do you think of that? Because this is the sparkly. All of these aren't the sparkly. That's why I thought, try that. You love that idea, Katie? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, how much stuff do we have? And then I've been thinking a lot more of how much do my kids want to get rid of when something happens. There is that. So for this, you could just do this and it's black and white. What do you guys think of that?
I love that.
Otherwise, you could.
That's pretty.
You could come in with something like that because you have the black that ties in with the black frame. And that looks nice too. I'll let you guys decide which one I should use while I glue these on. Forgot to put my pin in, so there, it's still working. Not that dries up that fast, but this is a little tiny nozzle. And if you're sitting and working, it can dry up. So I like to try to keep that pin close by, just for, I don't want that white to show. I like to keep that pin close by just to keep it open. And the pin is easier to put in and out than this. I mean, it's not hard. I'll show you when I'm done. But the pin is just super easy. Okay, Elizabeth says the gold in the middle. Okay, perfect. That's what we'll do. But see, so you can just die cut a bunch of these. I love this die. And I do tend to, the companies we work with, I do tend to gravitate toward the dies, most likely because I really don't make dies. And that way I can always use foiling, which I hope you guys don't get sick of. I mean, if you do, let me know. But
never.
But, you know, I mean, it's a lot, but I do love it.
That gold is beautiful for that center.
Isn't it?
Yes. Especially with the sparkles in it. And the other ones don't have the sparkle.
Right.
So
right.
So it just pops. That's beautiful.
Okay, so the top of this has this long pin in, and you just have to line them up. It's hard for me to do.
I hate that.
No, it's hard for me to do without my overhead light on. Because, guys, I'm sitting here with just windows and a couple hot lights. But it just goes in, and then you just close it up so it never dries up in there. You just have to remember to do it. One time I did forget. It took me a bit to get it unstuck. But there you go. So much fun. So much glitter.
I love those, Anne.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, every one of them.
Pretty. And like these two are kind of like totally different because of the white. You know, I do like the black too, but I mean, I do like this. I wasn't, you know, when I was playing around, it was a lot, but like a lot of these sayings, see, the Merry and Bright goes in there nicely.
Yeah, there you go. That's,
Some of my best friends are flakes. That would have gone nicely on this one. Not with the black so much, but
yeah, that's pretty too, though.
But yeah, these were fun, and I do like being able to kind of make each one a little bit different. so that they're not all the same.
Yeah.
So that would make a lovely, like, if you're putting them in sets of 6 to give, you have a bunch of different ones that are just a little bit different. This is only 5. But I would take them, and because it's foil, I would use beautiful organza ribbon tied like a bow, like a package, this way and this way with the bow. And then just, so that's what I plan on doing, because I honestly do have 1, 2, 3, 4 cubbies filled with cards. And that's not even all my cards. And I'm not a card maker. I mean, it's not like the only thing I do. But I'm going to bring Lisa in. But yeah, I thought that would be a good way to share the love with others that maybe don't have. But I'm not going to do just Christmas cards, because I do a lot of hello, thinking of you.
Yeah.
Just basic ones that they could use. The card with red, green, blues looks like stained glass. It does, Isabel. And that's the first thing I thought of when I was going to do this technique. I thought, ooh, I could do these and I could do all the colors. But as I was playing, and I was coming off of the holiday craftathon, so I'm sure I was tired.
Sorry, I gotta grab some. There we go.
I was double thinking and everything else, but I'm glad I did, because that way I did the tone on tone in the one pattern, which I love too. I think they're all.
Can you see how bright and beautiful that is when you're showing it? Can you? Yeah.
Look at that glimmer.
That is just. Oh,
I love that. You can see it better there, guys.
Yeah, how simple.
Okay, so this one is not complete. I would put a bow here. I gotta switch my camera because so I'm not opposite. There. So I would put a bow here or a bow here, just to finish it off. But yeah, they're so pretty. And how can you not love foiling? I just.
Well, it's
not for everybody.
It's easy to do. I mean, it's just.
Well, the results are spectacular, but you don't need a ton of equipment. It's not that expensive. I mean, like if you buy a package of foil, I think I don't remember the exact price anymore, between $6 and $8, but you get like 12 pieces. And with those 12 pieces, you can do more than one card. I mean,
right.
So, yeah, so many possibilities. Dorothy says, it's nice to see Lisa's face. How are you doing? So how's your hand?
I am hanging in there. I'm supposed to go right after this to go get my stitches out, but they were supposed to do that last week, and it's not closing. It's not healing right. So,
right.
It is what it is. But I'm still happy and still doing my thing. It just keeps me a little longer.
The swirly pattern would make a pretty wedding card. Yes, Joni, it'd be beautiful for wedding. I totally agree, especially if you got the color of their wedding, like if they were in green or they were in peach, or because like I said, Deco foil has I don't know if it's 90 something. It's a lot.
It's a lot. I think she said something like that the last time when we asked Dawn.
Yeah, the green and black would make a great Wicked card. Yes, it would, Brenda. Great idea. Jeannie, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's easy without a big payout. Very pretty outcome, very little effort. Couldn't have said it better myself, Jeannie. Perfect. It is. I mean, and like my grandkids like to do it. I mean, I do have one granddaughter in particular. She showed me her room when I was there last time, because they redid the rooms, and then she had her own room, and she had every craft we've ever made on display. She
Oh.
even had her foiled papers hanging. I'm like,
Oh.
that's like
Oh,
foiling paper, but she had them all,
that's a heart
you know.
grabber.
It's kinda like if she does enough of them, she could have wallpaper for her room. It's so pretty.
Oh. Oh, that's a
I know,
heartbreaker.
I know.
Oh my
You
god.
ladies always inspire me to make something pretty. Oh, thank you, Laura Lee. I love that. Lisa, you're so positive, Isabel said.
It I try, Isabel. There are times, and has seen me at my worst. So, but yeah, life's too short, you know?
Well,
You gotta
and
be
if you're
positive.
not positive,
Yeah, you don't wanna see me on a bad day. I
but I
am
mean,
not.
it's bad for your health.
Yeah,
You get depressed. There's so many things that can go wrong if you're not, it's hard to be positive all the time. I'm not saying anybody should be, but yeah, it's just,
yeah. It's
yeah.
hard.
My kids know
Dorothy.
if something happened to me to call Bismarck. A friend of Bismarck, she gets first dibs on all um, my kids, I mean, we kind of, you know, what do you want? I mean, there are things that they would want, but I have this room. I have a sewing room. I have a basement with tools. I mean,
Mm,
I have more stuff than anybody needs, but it's my job.
yep,
When it's your job, you need a lot
yeah,
of stuff, or I
yep.
don't need as much as I have, but you collect a lot of stuff after all these years.
Well, that and
Um,
we have generous sponsors that, send us stuff too all the
right.
time. So, you know,
It's like a fun mix and match puzzle using that die. Right. And that's what I thought of when I saw that die, Dorothy. It was like, I love this because I love quilts. And that's what I was thinking, patchwork quilts,
oh yeah.
and that is why I sat and
Oh,
die cut all those colors, but I like
now
the
will your one
result.
inches fit in that?
Huh?
Would your 1 inches fit on that?
My rails would fit in
Your
this.
rails? Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
Yep. So you could stamp my Unity rails and
Right,
they
because
would fit in here.
art foamies is too big, right? I don't know. Art foamy, those might work
I
there.
think it would be on either side of that black line.
Okay.
They would be too long. So you'd have to stamp them and then cut
And
them.
cut them,
But
yeah,
yeah.
but still.
Um, oh, Lisa, I'm sorry you're healing. I'm so sorry your healing is slow. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know, right? You'll keep her in her prayers. Thank you, Dorothy. I love
yes.
watching and making cards while
Okay,
listening and watching. Thank you, Lenine. We would love to see what you're creating too, Lenine. So put it in the group because we love
always.
to see what y'all are doing. I told my husband if I go first, consider my craft supplies as dear as he would his tools when he goes, right,
Oh,
Amy?
there you go.
Right? I mean, my husband, I don't think he wouldn't get rid of anything. I, I,
Mine wouldn't either.
he would just
Saves
leave.
everything. I tell him all the time he's a hoarder. He's like,
Oh
I
no,
am
I
not
mean
a
he would just leave it. So he would think, but the kids,
I'm telling you, but yeah, it is something to think about because when my mom passed, my mom was a crafter my whole entire life. And she had so much. I mean, my brother had to rent one of those big cargo things to put on his property to put just her craft stuff in there. And he's like, I think you should take this home. I'm like, no, I don't need anymore. I don't
why
even
would
have
he
to
do
rent.
that? Why would he donate it or something?
Well, he was going, I think he eventually did do that.
Okay, because
But
that would be a lot. I mean,
yeah, but getting it all from her house to his house and oh, it was,
yeah.
yeah. I always
No, I want, all my grandkids love to craft. They can all have something. It's all,
yeah,
Kaylin, bling and glitter without the mess of glitter, right? I agree.
exactly. Love that.
It is crazy what we have working in craft. We have so much. I mean, and then especially like if you're into tools, you know,
Yeah.
Kaylin, Amy says to Amy, that's perfect. My husband has more tools and hunting stuff than I do craft supply, and they cost a lot more. My
Oh, yeah.
husband doesn't. I mean, he did hunt and but he's not like into hunting or into it. But I do know people who it costs a lot more,
Oh, yeah.
those supplies. I
My
mean, we
husband's
spent
music
$100 on a machine and we're like,
yeah, my husband's music equipment is
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He
My
can really
husband did just buy me a saw this weekend, though.
he did finally? I knew you were talking about it.
Yeah, yeah, he did. I
I
mean,
love
because
that.
I've had a scroll saw before and I've had a bandsaw, and
Yep.
they're over 20 years old, and he's been looking for a while, and then he said, "What do you think of this one? Should we just get it for you?" I'm
You
not going to complain
sure.
because
That's
I do
right.
love wood.
Yeah. Thank you,
um,
Morley. Thanks.
I have been sharing too
Yes.
much in the group. Lenny, you never share too much.
Nope.
We love to see it all.
Yep.
Um,
We're telling
I'm
you
trying to
guys
think
all
how
of
these
our
mine would
secrets.
give them to my crafting friends with love. Yes, Katie. See, that's,
Yeah.
most of my crafting friends have enough already. I
Yeah.
mean, my kids would be very good about, there's certain things like the machines and stuff that I think, of course, I give a lot of my machines to them anyhow. But yeah, I would cherish those cards forever. That's so sweet, Kaylin. Um, Amy, yours has hunting and fishing stuff too. Right. I mean, there are guys that are totally into all, and
My
bless them.
brother, my oldest
I
brother.
think
Yeah.
I think it's important for them to have hobbies too,
Yeah.
and I mean, I always tell my husband, because we get a fishing license every year, and he'll say, "Do you want it too?" And I said, "Well, if I happen to put a pole in the water, fine, put my name on it, because what if I wanted to fish one day?" But the last 2
True.
years, even though we have a boat, he's not fished at all.
Yeah.
We just buy the license to collect them, I think sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you
well,
have links for the deco sheets? Kaylin, I will put a link in here. I'll put our affiliate link in here after I get off. My hubby has all the woodworking tools. If I need something, I have him make them. And I do have
yeah.
a son who is a builder. And bless his heart, he has cut all of, I'm doing a pumpkin class, I think, next week. And him or my grandson, they cut everything. But sometimes I just want a piece.
Right, right.
I
Just
just want I just want to play, or I want something now. I mean,
Yep.
not that if I brought it over, they wouldn't cut it right away, but they're not always home. Blake's in school, David is gone a lot, and
Yeah.
so it's nice to know that I will just have. I mean, it's not a huge saw, but it will cut my 2x4s
Yep.
or my 4x4s.
Or
So
whatever you need, right?
I have already given away paper and cards to my nephew's family and local community in the scrapbook store. Have held on to the equipment. The tools are too expensive to replace. That's true,
Yeah.
Isabel. It is. I love tools. Lisa loves tools.
Oh,
I mean, tools are just, and they keep coming out with new ones.
I know.
And
I
I
know.
wasn't sure when I was getting the mink. I thought, I really don't need it. I mean, my laminator works fine, which
But
it does. You don't need $100 machine. A $30 machine will do it. But for as much as we do,
yeah.
this was a good investment.
Yes, it was.
So I mean, you always have to weigh out, is it worth, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want to just buy everything because you want it. I mean, I have been looking at a laser machine for 6 years now, just because
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't buy the first one I wanted, because I heard horror stories about it.
I know, right?
And then there's another one that's out
That's
that
scary.
a couple of my friends have, and they've had good results. But then I have another friend that has the machine. Okay, so like this machine, it takes like 45 minutes to do something. Like, let's say you're doing a cutting board and this machine takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting until I'm 1,000% sure and have a place to put it, because it can't be in the house. I mean, this machine could be in the house and you could vent it out, but I think I'd rather have it not in my house.
Yeah.
In a heated garage, something.
Yeah. I want the electric one from Sizzix, because my hands are giving me so much trouble now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's it called again? I don't even remember, but
I don't know, but I did pick up the box to put it in for you.
Oh,
I'm sending you one.
Oh, yay, that's her. Never mind.
I'm sending you one. So
Yay.
I picked up a flat rate box, so I got to make sure it fits. So any laminator should work, Joanne.
Yeah.
Joni. It should. I mean, I have the Royal Sovereign. Lisa has a Scotch brand. Scotch, I know you can buy at Walmart. I think they're like $30 now, and the Royal Sovereign is like $32.
Yeah, they're not expensive.
And I have used the Royal Sovereign for 5-6 years.
Yeah,
so I mean,
mine for a
I don't know about every laminator, but I know those two, because we both have one. They work, and it's not, unless you're going to be doing it a lot.
Yeah. One of the things that I do like about the Mink, though, is that it's got the different settings on it.
It does.
Because yours does cold and
mine does hot. Right? The Royal Sovereign does hot or cold. I've never had to use cold for anything. I mean, it would be like no heat to me. So it would be just like, but I've never used it.
Yeah.
So,
mine is just heat. I think I paid $20 for it at Walmart or something. It was really, really cheap. But, it has heat and that's it. But it still works.
Right.
So, know.
Right. And it'll be nice. I did have another laminator that I bought like 20 years ago, because I used to laminate the pouches, like you would do luggage tags or that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But it was smaller than, I mean, it only had a 4-inch opening.
Yeah, I remember those.
So back in the day, when Lisa and I used to do Creative Living with Cheryl Borden, that was a PBS show. She was on air for over 35 years.
Yeah.
They used to do an auction every year to raise money for PBS. So every year I would package things up and ship to her for the auction. And that went with, because it worked. Nothing was wrong with it, but it was teeny.
Yeah.
So that was many years ago. Amy, well, there's that. If you want it now or can do it yourself. And even if I can't do it myself, my husband could do it. I mean, just to cut, because there's a lot of different things. I just want a piece of wood, and I'll go and buy a 1x4, but I'll buy it in a 4-foot or 6-foot length. So I get more. And sometimes I just want it cut 4x4. So I have it to play, because I like to play a lot and try different things out. So, and I like to do things on wood. I missed something. Do you use a laminator for foiling? Yes, Katie. I have used the Royal Sovereign laminator for foiling for years and years and years. You have to have it on hot. You do have to let it heat up about 15 to 20 minutes before. I mean, with the Mink, I notice it's ready in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's fast.
There's a lot to think about, but also think about, if you buy the less expensive one, if it's going to do what you need it to do, you have more money to spend on foil.
There's always that.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
When
All
I
right.
broke my wrist a number of years ago, I got myself an electronic die cutting machine and found that adults in my class who had back or shoulder issues liked it
Yeah.
because it's easier. Yes.
Yeah. I was struggling when I was die cutting.
She was.
Yeah.
And we had talked about this a bit ago, and I just never dug out my extra machine. So I have it out now. I
And
got
I
a box.
forgot
I gotta see if they'll fit in the box.
and I forgot you told me.
Yeah. So yeah, because then Lisa can just press a button.
Push a button. And then yeah,
And
that's what
it is a Sizzix electronic machine.
yeah.
So
See, I can't, I can handle a lot of health stuff because I do, but my hands, I think Isabel said something a couple weeks ago about it. It's like, when you're a crafter, your hands are everything.
they are.
So, and I have to get this one done, and I'm worried about this one because I'm right-handed. This one I could, get away with a little bit, but I'm thinking, right, oh man.
And you don't realize how much you use your left hand.
I
Right?
know
Now that you did that?
until, yeah. Well, I never realized how much it was going to hurt. I'll say that.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm all right now, but
No. You're welcome, Katie.
oh,
Yeah, Katie, when
yeah,
you make something, share it. We want to see it and foiling is just so much fun.
yeah.
It is. I'm going to see if I missed any questions. I'll have to go back and look.
All
Thank
right.
you
Well,
all.
while you're doing
Oh,
that, because I got to
Lenine
get
says
out of here soon.
her husband is into cars. But I bet it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right.
you want a boat until you have one, says Elizabeth. Well, we had a boat years and years ago, a speedboat. Kids did water skiing and stuff, and we got rid of it. And then I think 3 years ago, maybe, we bought a pontoon because we don't live on a lake, so we bring it. I mean, we have 4 lakes within blocks from us, but I mean,
yeah,
we have all those grandkids. And
yeah,
it's nice. I mean,
it
2
is
of my
nice.
sons have boats. And so we can all get together. Everybody can go. Yeah, it's nice. Our hands are our tools. Yes, Katie, that's right.
Yes, they are. Yep.
Well, who's the winner? We got to do the winner.
We do. Well, it just so happens that she is in here today. This is from Avriel, and this was the stuff that I did a few weeks ago because it was before my surgery, where I did these cute little
shaker. Yeah,
shaker. Whoops, there we go. That way. Okay. And then this is what we used. Well, I didn't use this exact one because this is a gift, but but this is what the winner is going to get. A brand new set.
Brand new.
Yeah, I did not use this one at all, I promise. Okay. So, and that is going to Rebecca. Woo!
Yay, Becca.
Yeah. Rebecca, I just lost your stamps. I dropped them there on the floor somewhere.
Before her doggies get them. Lenine says, I wear machines out.
Yeah, I know. Right?
I have done that.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Becca.
Yeah, congratulations, Becca. I think we have your address, but go ahead and just send it to us because it makes it a lot easier if we have the address. And then for all of you here, like, share, and comment this video and Lisa's with hashtag Bella Crafts to be entered for next week's giveaway, which is from Newton's Nook. It's a $25 gift card to their shop.
Yep.
And Lisa and I will be back next week with 2 more projects.
Yep.
And yeah. So
and it'll be fun. And I'm probably going to be at the mountains. No, next week I'll still be home. We'll see. I don't know. I think I'm leaving that day after. I don't know. I have to ask Rich. I don't remember what he said.
Lisa, you kept this secret really well. Well,
I am not good at keeping secrets. I'll tell you, because I'm a horrible liar. I am a horrible liar. I mean, I even try, and Rich is like,
But you
don't
don't
do
want
it.
to be a liar, so
No,
that's
I
good.
don't. So, yeah, what you see is what you get. That's me. All right.
Well, thank you all. And until next time, take some time to craft.
Yes, because it's good for your soul.
It truly is. And thank you guys for staying this extra 20 minutes just chatting.
Just to hang
I
out.
love when we can have conversations and just talk.
Me too.
I'll
Fun.
see you later.